I'm Amelie from First to Fourth Yoga, if you don't know me. And today I thought I would share a really quick little sequence to help with really tight sore shoulders. So whether you are pregnant right now, maybe doing a lot of desk work or using devices and spending some time hunched up, or the weight of your bump is pulling you forward, or whether you are postnatal and spending hours holding, feeding your baby, shoulders really take the brunt. And so today I'm just going to share you some movements that you can practice and place in your day towards the end of the day, anytime, to really try to relieve some of the tension that you might be feeling in your shoulders. I'm on a yoga mat here, but there's absolutely no need for a yoga mat. And you can do these movements and practices in any position. So I'm sitting on the ground here, but you could equally do them sitting on a chair or on a sofa. Although sitting on a surface there's a little bit harder, not too soft, might help you keep your lower back nice and long, which is then going to make it easier for you to feel some ease into the shoulders. So get into a comfortable position. I'm sitting on a cushion here, so that helps me sit a little bit higher. And definitely if you're pregnant, you might want to tilt your pelvis a little bit forward so that the lower back is nice and long. Let's press our sit bones deep into the ground and lengthen the tailbone between the sit bones so that the pelvis is nice and neutral. And then release your hands to your thighs or your knees, wherever they land. Just take a moment just to arrive into your body. Even if it's just one breath, 2 rounds of breath. And then start by softening the jaw. So taking all sorts of movements in the jaw, wobbling the lower jaw especially. Releasing the tongue in the mouth. Trying to soften your eyes, whether you keep the eyes closed or you just gaze towards the ground. And then we're going to start with some neck rolls. So lower your chin towards the chest. And then we're going to take the head into half circles to the front of the body. So the chin releases to the chest, and then you roll the head until one ear floats over the same side shoulder, and then to the other side. So take the time. So with all these movements, it's better to take the time to go really mindfully so that you can really ease into your tissues rather than trying to do all of them really fast. So think about that. The slowness nourishes the movement, nourishes the tissue. And then once you've done a few side to side, really checking in into the sides of the neck, and you might feel there's one side that's probably tighter than the other. Stay to the side, and then you're going to use your hands to gently massage the length of the neck and all the way to the shoulder. So you can go from behind the ear all the way to the shoulder. Just gentle massage, a bit of warmth. Maybe you notice a bit of knots there. And then releasing that, and then softly taking your head to the other side. And then again, massaging. So you can go from whatever direction. I quite like using the pads of my fingers and just rubbing into little sort of circles all the way up. Just notice how stiff I might be. And keep gently pressing your sitting bones onto your chair or whatever you're sitting on so that you don't collapse forward into a deep curve of the back. Beautiful. And then come back to center. And then we're going to start swimming our arms up and down. And you might want to move with the breath and inhale to lengthen, and then sigh out down. And it's as if you were leading a little bit with your elbows. So we're trying to move into the shoulder girdle here, the shoulder joint. So reaching up to lengthen the back, and then leading with the elbows down. So it's as if the shoulder blades were rounding at the back of the body. So a few more. So imagine maybe you're swimming into really nice warm water, really finding some loosening into the shoulders. And then you can take your circles into the opposite direction. So widen overhead. I keep tickling my plant here. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to interlock the fingers, take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to press the arms forward and lower your head between your arms. And so you might find a rounding of the upper back. So if I change position, I'm keeping my sit bones really pressing into the ground. So my lower back is not going anywhere. All the movement is going into this rounding of the shoulders. So imagine someone is pulling between your shoulder blades and you're releasing forward. You can even ease a little bit yourself. So pressing one side and the other. And then take an inhale to come back up and then lower with a big sigh. Soften again. And then you can have then the opposite. So we interlock the fingers in the back. Now again, press your sit bones into the block first or into your chair. If you're sitting, you can press the feet into the ground as well. And then you press your hands towards the ground as if you were lowering the shoulders and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Now keep pressing into the pelvic, into the sitting bones so that the pelvis doesn't move. So all the movement opens here into the front of the chest and lower the shoulders. Maybe you want to almost gaze up a little bit without cracking the neck. Breathing through the stretch. And then release. So soften here. And then we can do it again. So interlock your fingers, and once you've interlocked your fingers, change the interlock so that the other thumb is in front. So it's going to feel a little bit awkward. And then again, we breathe in. And as you breathe out, you press forward and you release your head there. Soften the jaw, press, press, press. Maybe you wriggle yourself forward into that stretch. Try to step away from the image of this stretch and just find what movement, what wriggle gives you a little bit of relief from this tension. And then an inhale to come back up to find some length and then release with a big sigh. Soften, soften. And then again, we're going to take the interlock in the back. Once you've interlocked your hands, try to take the other thumb in front. We press the sit bones into the ground. Maybe you have a little engagement of the pelvic floor if you feel it's hard to keep the pelvis neutral. And then you send your hands down towards the ground. So lower your shoulders. Keep a breath flowing. Maybe you ease your head away from the shoulders. And then again, you release and you soften. We're going to take one more stretch. I'm going to go back facing you, and then I'll do it sideways so you can better see. So we're going to take eagle arms. So we're going to float the arms up and overhead. Now you're going to cross your right arm in front of your left. And so your left elbow is going to land inside of your right elbow. Now from here, either you join the back of the hands, maybe you can bind the palms together, but otherwise stay here. If even here is really awkward, then lower your hands to your shoulder. What we're trying to do with eagle pose is to lower the shoulders down. And then we're going to imagine our shoulder blades are going side. So they're stretching away from each other across the upper back. So we stay here. And if I do it sideways, my forearms or my arms are sort of parallel to the ground. My forearms are in front of my face. Now, taking an inhale here, as you exhale, imagine the shoulders moving away from your ears, moving down, and shoulder blade moving away from each other. So to the left and to the right of the body. Keep the pelvis neutral, pressing gently down into the block, into the chair. And see if you can stay a few breaths here, being very kind to yourself, so don't squeeze too hard. Softening the jaw, maybe you wish to wobble the head a little bit. And then take the arms all the way overhead and then lower them with a big sigh and a big release. And then really drink up this feeling of softness, of release, maybe of warmth in the tissues. And then we can take that to the other side. So you float the arms up and overhead. And this time, left arm crosses in front of the right. And so the right elbow lands into the left elbow. Back of the hands join or wrap the palms wherever you are. Probably not the same both sides. We try to keep the pelvis neutral, so all the movements goes into the shoulder. Now move the shoulders away from the ears, so down, and then imagine the shoulder blades are going away from each other. If that feels comfortable for you, you can try releasing your head a little forward, otherwise staying head aligned and breathing deeply here. And using each exhale to lower the shoulders, to move the shoulder blades away from each other. A couple of breaths each side. And then lowering the arms, take them all the way overhead, big inhale. And then deep exhale. And soften your arms. Now maybe this is what you have time for. If you have time to come onto a child's pose, then make your way to the ground. Now, if your bottom doesn't meet your feet when you come into child's pose, do take a cushion to support yourself there. And then let's soften forward to the ground. So knees apart if you need to make space for your bum. If you no longer have baby on board, you can keep the thighs under the body to make a little shelf for your upper chest. And then lowering the head to the ground. Again, if the head doesn't meet the ground, you can make a pillow with your arms. Or better still, grabbing some support so that the arms can soften without any weight to carry. And then here you can explore different positions for your arms. So staying here, or maybe rolling the palms up, seeing what's more easeful into your shoulders. Or you can explore making a little roof with your arms or your hands overhead. Whatever feels the most restful. And here, taking a couple of breaths to soften the hair, soften the eyes, soften the jaw, and soften the belly, soften buttocks, fingers, and toes. And when you're ready to emerge, gently padding your way back to your seat. And then get ready for the rest of your day. So I hope you enjoy that and stay tuned. If you'd like more videos, you can stay on the channel and browse through them. And you can also send me a little request if there's anything you would like to be shown. So thank you so much and see you soon.